I might not be ready to admit this yet, but the clock is ticking on Josh Allen, and I would say the bill is due.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It's your boy Theo Dorsey on a Thursday. We made it to Thursday, and we also made it back into sanity here on Theoretically Speaking, because coming back from Sin City, from the land of jackpots and what are you, blackjack, C-Cat is back in the house on the ones and twos. He's looking good. You know, I don't think he got a tan or anything like that. You weren't out in the sun too much. And are you coming back with all of your money intact, C-Cat?
No, I lost all of my money, actually.
So this is why you showed up today, because you probably wouldn't have showed up if you really hit it big, as you were supposed to be actually knocking out interviews at Big 12 Media Days. If you really hit it big, you wouldn't have probably showed up. You would have been kicking it still in Vegas.
You know, I'm more tan today, not because I spent time in the sun, at the pool, in the 120-degree weather in Vegas. No, I was panhandling today, actually. I was actually on the side of I-95 trying to get some money to make its way to work. That's why I'm tan.
Well, you know what? If you were in a precarious situation out there, and I'm glad you didn't get hit by any cars, I'm hoping you picked up some scraps that'll help you put some food on the table for you and your lovely girlfriend. But you're not the only one hustling, trying to get a bill paid that's a little past due. That's trying to figure out where they're going to come up with the scraps to take care of business in 2024. And I direct my attention, my ire to those Buffalo Bills. C-Cat, it was 2 weeks ago, we were at the Kaiser football 7-on-7. We were kicking it. We had, 16 area high school football teams going after it, and we had a lot of NFL legends and former pros from the area come and kick it with us on our high school game day remote. And one of said pros was Poyer, who is a cornerback for the Buffalo Bills, going into, I believe, his third season now, former first-round pick. And he's going to be on that defense led by Sean McDermott that's going to try to get their, I think, fourth straight AFC East title. So we were talking to him. At one point in the conversation, I accidentally kind of let it slip. I was like, yo, Poyer, like, y'all might be kind of, punting on this season. We know that the Bills got rid of Stefon Diggs. We know that they lost a lot of parts on the defensive side, and a lot of people are looking at this as a retooling year for Buffalo. But Poyer said something that made me start kind of having the wheels churning in this big brain of mine. Let's play that back, Poyer's response when I asked him, are the Bills punting on 2024?
Are the Buffalo Bills, are they punting a little bit? A lot of guys left on both sides of the ball, defense and offense. What are you trying to do to step up to make sure you're going to be a guy that helps solidify y'all's stance as a contender in the AFC this year?
Oh, for sure. Oh, no, we definitely not punting. To be honest with you, I think we're going to get a lot better.
We're going to get a lot better. The Buffalo Bills, who notoriously traded Stefon Diggs away this offseason to the Houston Texans, who, coming off of yet another loss to those Kansas City Chiefs, Poyer feeling confident about his squad going into the fall off of this offseason that they are going to improve in 2024. And you know what I say about that, C-Cat?
What?
I sure hope so, because the bill is starting to get a little past due. I'm going to actually do something special here. As we get closer and closer to the kickoff to the NFL season, I'm going to give a bit of a preview in a different kind of style here on Theoretically Speaking. We do things differently here on ESPN 106.3, and I want to give 5 reasons why the Buffalo Bills actually must reach the Super Bowl in 2024. There we go. Give me my NFL music, my football junkie music. This is what gets the blood flowing through your veins, man. You play this, and I feel like it's already time to get things going. It's time to sit back on the couch, load up for 8 hours of fun. You know, this year for football season, C-Cat, I'll be on the grill, my Traeger. I'll be smoking meats.
Yeah.
So, you know, pull up on a Sunday, man. You might catch yourself a little slice of brisket, some ribs, maybe some smoked sausages. Who knows what's going to be coming off the Traeger this year?
See, this music to me, the Sunday night football music, reminds me of sitting down with my takeout, because I get food between the 4 o'clock kickoffs
lazy.
and the 8:20 kickoff. Maybe it's some fast food fried chicken. Maybe it's some fast food burgers, but it's definitely not cooked in my own building. No.
Lazy. All right, this fall is for the grill. That's why I'm really just trying to get my grill master skills up. I'm using the football season as an excuse, but we use this music as the tee-off, the kickoff to our football preview series, and we start with the team in the AFC East. I would say the AFC East this year, maybe the second most compelling division behind the NFC North. You got some really good squads in there. You got some really interesting squads in the Buffalo Bills. 5 reasons why they must reach the Super Bowl this year. It's a proven year for the Bills, coming off of an offseason that comes with a lot of uncertainty. So without further ado,
Number 5.
Here's reason number 5. The Bills got to make it to the big game this year finally under Josh Allen. So many people in power are in positions of desperation for the Buffalo Bills this year. When you look at Sean McDermott, he already got rid of both of his coordinators now in his tenure with the Bills. He's been a little bit under fire with the way that he's motivated his squad and also the late game decision making. I don't know if you remember this from the divisional game at home, by the way, against the Chiefs, when Sean McDermott on a 4th and 5 rolls out the punt squad and tries to fake a punt that gets stuffed. And ultimately, that was the doing in of the Bills. Of course, there were a couple possessions after that, but morale went down after that. We thought that was DeMar Hamlin that ran it at first for a while. It was a running joke on Twitter.
I thought it was DeMar Hamlin.
It wasn't.
It wasn't? To this day, I thought it was DeMar Hamlin.
That's the most hilarious part about that fake punt from the Bills is everybody assumed it was DeMar Hamlin, and once those tweets started firing out, it became true because that's what happens in 2024 on Twitter waves. So, yes, number 5, so many people in positions of desperation, not just Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane, who's been in that spot since 2017 and made some interesting roster choices over this offseason, and, of course, their quarterback, Josh Allen. C-Cat, if I were to ask you how old Josh Allen is, the guy that is supposed to be the heir apparent to the NFL right now, the young up-and-comer, an elite quarterback in the making. How old do you think Josh Allen is?
Went to Wyoming. Pretty sure he spent his whole time there in terms of not graduating early, not exiting for the NFL early. I think he's 28.
28 years old. Spot on.
Wow.
And not getting any younger. And for a guy that plays as physically as he does, with that level of reckless abandon, I'm a former Carolina Panthers fan. I saw what happened with Cam Newton. We thought that guy would be playing at that level forever. That slipped away very quickly. Here's reason number 4. The Buffalo Bills must reach the Super Bowl this year.
Number 4.
They were better when they took the ball out of Superman's hands in the back end of 2023. Did you know that when Joe Brady took over as offensive coordinator and he shifted more towards the running game, and they shifted from focusing so much on Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs, which is what made him so expendable, that's when the team started winning big. 6 of the last 7 games, when they leaned on the run more than the pass, the Bills were able to win. That's how they clinched the AFC East division. And even in that AFC divisional game against the Chiefs at home, the Bills, Josh Allen had under 200 passing yards. His average air yard per attempt in that game was like 4. He was dinking and dunking his way through that game because it seems like they feel like their route to success is taking the ball out of his hands as a decision maker because he's been kind of a turnover machine. They feel they're better without Josh Allen with the ball in their hands these days, C-Cat, and I don't think that bears well for a team that is going to be paying him so much down the line. We're going to get to that. Here's reason number 3. The Buffalo Bills must reach the Super Bowl in 2024.
Number 3.
They're haunted. They're haunted by the big bad Kansas City Chiefs and the boogeyman that is Patrick Mahomes. You can't keep going up against one team in the postseason and falling in these dramatic fashions like they have. First, there was 2020 when the Chiefs got him by a couple of touchdowns, and that was when the Bills were in a raw stage. They were newer. The Josh Allen experience was in its first iteration. That was the Brian Daboll on the sideline. But then the next year, nobody will ever forget 13 seconds. That kind of stuff sticks with you forever. That's the kind of stuff that now every time you see those red jerseys tried out in the postseason, you get the EBGBs. You get a little nervous and shaky. And then last year, you get Tyler Bass from 44 yards out wide right. Now the Chiefs are not just in your head. They're in bed with that Lombardi trophy every single year, and it haunts you. The pictures and images of Stefon Diggs watching confetti fall, how many more times can we watch Bills players be on the other end of other teams celebrating? It gets to you. And let's not forget what they were known for in the 90s.
Choke
jobs.
Choke.
Coming close. but not close enough. 5 reasons why the Bills must reach the Super Bowl this year in 2024. Reason number
2.
I think the Texans may have passed them up already in the AFC, C-Cat.
Woo.
I think that they got the team out of Houston, H-Town, the city. But by the way, I got my Texas shirt on today, man. Prayers up for the city right now. People without electricity, folks, trying to get Wi-Fi back in touch. A lot of my family right now suffering because the city leaders can't get stuff right. But you know who can get stuff right? GM Nick Caserio, head coach of the Houston Texans. I almost said Lovie Smith. Oh, my goodness. DeMeco Ryans, and then that guy C.J. Stroud. The Texans might already have a quarterback that is eclipsing 28-year-old Josh Allen. They went out and got Stefon Diggs from the Bills in a trade that was pretty fair. You send out a second-round pick, you get some picks back, and a franchise type, an alpha receiver in Stefon Diggs. There's a good chance if the Bills don't win this year, they're going to be further behind the 8 ball with a team that is ascending, where it does feel like, even though Kyer Elam did tell us the Bills are getting better, they're going to improve this year with their offseason changes. Feels like the Bills are more so on the downtrot, at least as it stands. And reason number 1 why the Bills must reach the Super Bowl this year, or daunting things are in their future.
Number 1.
Josh Allen's cap hit next year goes up to $60 million. If you're wondering why the Bills made these decisions this year to let veterans walk and to let Stefon Diggs go out the door, it's not just about the fact that they feel they can lean on Josh Allen to be that Superman to carry them to wins and to lift them to the promised land. They had to make those kind of decisions because they have to pay their guy Josh Allen and figure out how to find other money to make sure that offensive line stays beefed up, to make sure they keep an elite pass rush, because you need that when you're going to be playing with the lead. And also, the defensive secondary is going to need a lot of retooling and improving. The buck stops right there with general manager Brandon Beane. And if he doesn't get things right coming soon, if they don't get some progressive movement in this upcoming season, Josh Allen remains a turnover machine that haunts the Bills more than he lifts them to championships. It's going to get early. It's going to get late early. That's how you say that, right? Late early?
Yes.
Early late? I don't know.
The end is near.
The end is near for the Buffalo Bills if they can't get over that hump. That's why those are the 5 reasons why the Bills must reach the Super Bowl this year, coming out of the AFC East. And the crazy thing about it, I looked on Hard Rock Bet, 6th longest odds to win the big thing. Their win total in 2024 is 10.5. And C-Cat, after all of that weighing, all of the decision-making that they've done this offseason and what they're left with, I would take the under on that 10.5 this year.
I don't know. I think having to force feed Stefon Diggs, not anymore. I think it hurt him last year. So not having to do that in 2024, kind of use their young receivers, and someone's going to emerge. Keon Coleman looks really good, man.
He did. But Brandon Beane's already came out and said he's got a lot to learn, a lot to work on to figure out what position he's going to be playing in this offense. And he's a rookie who came out of an offense that was good, right? He played well in college, but who knows how he clicks with Josh Allen. We're learning on Khalil Shakir.
But that's how you talk to kids that just join your team that you just hire. You don't gas them up immediately and say, wow, you got this football thing mastered, dude. You don't got anything to learn anymore. No, you tell him he's got work to do. You got to humble the kid. He'll be good.
I would hope either way he's just being honest. And coming out and criticizing your first-round pick that early on, it could do wonders depending on how Keon Coleman is wired. But also, it could be him having an honest moment with the media and letting us know don't have too high of expectations for the rookie out of Florida State. I don't know. We'll have to see. Hit us up, 888-760-3776 on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. Do the Bills find themselves in a dire situation? Do they have to reach the Super Bowl this year or make massive changes? I say they definitely do, because I'm looking at the future, and it looks bright for other teams in the AFC, not named Buffalo, even other ones in the AFC East. What up, Miami? The Baptist Health Hotline. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County throughout the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Bills. And they're due, not just for Sean McDermott, but it's going to be really due for general manager Brandon Beane when he's got to figure out around a $60 million cap hit with Josh Allen. You could do some restructuring, but ain't enough restructuring in the world to build a good championship roster around that guy with that squad. Another thing you got to look at is if you're going to try and use the Chiefs model of trading off your star receiver, which, by the way, Kansas City got way more back in that deal for Tyreek Hill than the Bills were able to muster up for Stefon Diggs. You got to be sure that Josh Allen is a guy that can play up to that level of a Patrick Mahomes, of a Tom Brady, who doesn't need a number one wide receiver. Like, yeah, they're going to get in 12 personnel and try to pound the rock a lot more this year, but can Josh Allen protect the ball enough to secure victories? Hey, the jury's still out. And I don't think so, C-Cat.
I think you take the good with the bad because for all those fumbles that Josh Allen has had, for all those interceptions he may have thrown, maybe 1 out of 2 of those balls are actually thrown for touchdowns. So I think that's kind of the Josh Allen way. You take the good with the bad. You take the superstar highlights with kind of the dumbfounding mistakes.
Yeah, and if you take all of that, again, it's worthwhile as an experience to watch from the outside. But how many more years of that are you getting? How many more years of Superman are you getting? Because, again, I watched Cam Newton with that similar size, strength, speed, arm talent, not maybe as good of a passer with ball placement, especially in the deep balls, but an elite passer at his prime. And once that shoulder injury hit him from too many hits, once he really started getting banged up, he never was again the same. Now he's podcasting 4th and 1. Shout out to the guy. We're going to talk about him a little later. It's a huge Thursday. We got Tina pulling up a little bit later. We got the Get Around next here on Theoretically Speaking. And when you talk Super Bowl or bust, we're talking championships. And there's one place in Palm Beach County that is very familiar with championships. They're actually the defending champions when it comes to football in the NAIA, and that's Kaiser University, the flagship campus of Kaiser University. You can find banners hanging everywhere, man. Like, I'm a huge fan, too, of the championship banner. I think, when you go into a high school gym and you see all the banners up, you're like, oh, my gosh, they won, state lacrosse in 1972. That's pretty cool. That's going to hang forever. In fact, my name is on a banner in my middle school gym.
Really?
In Dulles Middle School.
All academic? What?
No. Basketball championship. District champs, baby.
Nice.
Yeah. So I can relate to Kaiser, who has 22 national championships, including back-to-back national championships in men's lacrosse and 3 straight in NAIA women's swimming and diving titles. That's impressive stuff. Those red banners mean you are the best in the nation, and Kaiser has proven themselves to be that on so many occasions. They are the school of champions, and to keep up to date with Kaiser Seahawks athletics, KUSeahawks.com. And yes, C-Cat, my name is up there on the rafters, right? Like I can attest to like guys like James Harden has his jersey retired in strip clubs in Houston. You got the Michael Jordan's jersey is in Kaseya Center hanging, and my name at Dulles Middle School in Sugar Land, Texas, Southwest Houston, is still hanging in the rafters.
Oh, middle school.
Yeah, middle school.
Oh,
middle school basketball district champs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Middle school doesn't really matter.
There's a lot of middle schoolers listening right now, and I want you to know you do matter. And C-Cat, you suck for telling them they don't. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the NHL